Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to part two. If you haven't seen part one, please go check it out first. I demonstrate how I organize my session before I get started with mixing. So if you checked it out, cool. Now let's get started with part two. So I'm going to listen to it again, not in its entirety, but I'm going to start from the middle and then work my way probably to the end, make some more adjustments. And from there, I can get familiar with the song and its dynamics and go ahead and mix accordingly. So let's go. Hey everyone, I want to give a personal shout out to Eddie Garrido for allowing me to use this track off his album, The Music in Me. He is a keyboardist, singer, and a recent cancer survivor. Please go show him some love. Here you can check out all his music, and I provided the link in my bio. So I'm going to start here because this is the only time that I hear this synth here, sort of kind of middle area. And let's listen. So I'm going to stop there because that area was pretty bright. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove these unwanted low end frequencies. The reason why I'm doing this right here is because I want to leave room for my lower mids frequency instruments, which is the kick drum, the bass, and sometimes the keys. Really, my approach here is to make sure I have space for each and every individual instrument that's being played. I want to hear everything, and that's how I mix. I want to make sure nothing is hiding behind the other unless that particular instrument is leading in the song. Therefore, I want it to be up front, if that makes sense. I don't have any vocals in this particular song, so my instruments are the one that's singing basically. So the electric guitar is really my main instrument in this track. So therefore, I want to make sure that is always present because that is really what's driving this song. I have my drums and my bass that's keeping the pump and the rhythm. I have my electric piano that's kind of keeping, well, it is keeping the foundation of this track. And then my synths I have is just adding more flavor, more, color to this particular track. Let's keep going. All right, that came in quick, so I'm going to do that one more time so therefore I can do some adjustments to it. All right, let me go towards the end of the song to hear that in more depth. Okay. So what I was doing when you saw me raise it all the way up and then raise it back down, I was trying to find that frequency that was kind of a little too harsh for the ear to listen to and just kind of reduce it just a little bit within the mix so therefore, nothing is like overpowering other instruments. All right, let's let's back it up a little bit and let's go listen to the keys real quick. Cool. All right, so that's fairly fine. I'm just doing EQing for the instruments right now. Let's go ahead and listen to the bass. So I'm just giving the bass just a little bit more presence within the high mids area. So that's just a preference of mine. You could do whatever you want. There's no right or wrong. There's really no right or wrong within mixing. It's just more of a preference. But like I said, I like to hear things. I like to hear all the instruments and all of its, beauty. So yeah. All right. I think I'm fairly good with those. Let me listen to the percussion area. Sounded pretty tight when I got to that part. All right. It's only like one section, so I got to be quick with it, right? I actually think I might add some reverb to this. Slight. Let's go with plate. Bring it down just a bit. I want it to be crazy. So. So just a little razzle dazzle there. Okay, I'm going to do a side chaining with my bass and my loop track. So I'm going to go into my channel strip and activate my compression on my bass. And from there, I'm going to activate SC, which means side chaining. I'm going to do Option, click, and I'm going to add my loops. Go ahead, turn that on. Okay, it's already on. All right, and let's listen. All right, so that bass is very present there now. Now I feel like the loop track now got a little thinner. Maybe it's just me, but I'm gonna see what I can do with this. I'm gonna add some compression as well. So let's go. All right, so I'm going to try to find a preset here just to add to this loop track. It sounds a little better, but I feel like it could be a little bit more tighter. So I'm just want to find just a preset to get started with and just make some tweaks from there. Let's see what this sounds like. So it definitely added a lot and a little bit too much for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do another preset. I feel like that was just way too much going on there. All right, let's just try the rock and see what that sounds like. I feel like because of the EQing, it made the loop track a little bit more high end boosted, and I don't want that because I feel like it's just a little too much. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce that just a bit and play it again. So I just made a few adjustments to what the preset had, and I like it. So I'm gonna just stick with that for now and play with it later on. All right. Now I feel like the low end is missing a lot now. Like I'm not sure why this is. Okay. Gonna leave that in. And let's do. It's very low. Okay, I fairly like how it's sounding right now, so I'm gonna stick with this and let this be the end of my mix. I just wanted to show you how I typically approach mixing and just give you a little insight in that. I can really go so much deeper in this, but I'm just going to stick with what I did so far. So hopefully you can hear a difference of what I did and maybe boost a little bit or add something, remove something. But hopefully you enjoyed watching me, approach mixing. So let me know in the comments what you want to see next and have a great one.